Hello guys, and welcome to a new WARNO video today by me, Vulcan. In this video I have for you a 1 vs 1 between X-Nihilio and RabidSquirrel in the Simulated Divisions League charity tournament for Action Against Hunger. Huge thanks to Protoss for running all of the events last weekend. It was absolutely awesome. This WARNO Swiss style tournament was one of those events. And today I'm just going to be looking at this game, kind of analysing how the competitive game has progressed since I last looked at competitive games. So I'm not probably going to be casting any of the other games from the tournament on the WARNO side of things, but I did fancy taking a look and seeing what the meta was like. So in this one, Nihilio against RabidSquirrel. Nihilio is going to be on the left hand side on the red team, playing with the 2nd Panzergrenadier division, and on our right in the blue team we have Rabid using the 39th Guards rifles. So the 2nd Panzergren, since it was added, has been a pretty strong division, mainly due to the use of these Fallschirmjägers that you can see that Nihilio has plenty down of. You can get these Fallschirm Milan 2s squads, which are really awesome, and you can also get the Scorpions, which are nice, decent value for money recon at the start. You can get the actual Fallschirmjägers. These are in your infantry tab in the 2nd Panzergren, and they can pre-deploy like recon, which is really nice. You can also get the leader pre-deployed here. There's going to be a recon helicopter. And yeah, these commands pre-deploying means you can get up into these sectors really fast and capture them very early on, which is pretty big because it can put you at a nice advantage in terms of points, as long as you don't get yourself bombed or something, which can certainly happen. On the side of the 39th, you can see RabidSquirrel has a lot less. He's got these Resvedka Heavy in the Grenzers. The Resvedka Heavy in the 39th don't have AT launchers, so this is actually kind of like a much weaker start than Nihilio, because Nihilio, his Fallschirmjäger get the Panzerfaust 3, which has 21 AP, which is really strong, and he's also got the Milan 2 squads that can forward deploy, so any vehicles are going to get popped nice and quickly. But the way that RabidSquirrel has actually got around this is he's deployed his Resvedka Heavy in these BMP-1Ps, so kind of like the equivalent of the NATO side using like Bradleys, for example, in their recon deployment. So that's really cool. These BMP-1Ps being used. So all of the Resvedka Heavy in BMP-1Ps, and then he's also got a BRM there, and the Grenzers are just coming in the W50s. Now behind that, Rabid has 2 Iglas, he's got 2 Konkers squads, Motorstrelki in the BMP-3s. On that top side, it's just a Motorstrelki and a BTR-60PB, and the Sapari Komnoti. So early on, Nihilio just instantly capping this due to the forward deployed leader. And he's going to be capping on the top side, giving him a +2 advantage, since Rabid did manage to get his BTR-60PK into, or PBK, sorry, into Echo early on. So let's see if these BMP-1s can do any damage. Looks like it was actually firing at the Iltis, but the Iltis was doing a runner. So these little HGM squads, I was curious if these would actually be like very viable. And you can see that they do miss quite a bit. Like, I haven't really had much luck with these because only 50% accuracy, which means that they should hit every other shot, but whenever it comes to a coin flip for me in this game, I swear I have to flip the coin 4 times for it to actually hit. Regardless, BMP-1 goes down, another one goes down here as well. The Resvedka Heavy can take care of these Milan squads potentially. Oh, nice kill by the BRM. Was that the Igla? Sorry, shot down the BO-105. We got the Su-25 rocket pods coming in and destroying a Scorpion early on. So that's very cool. So the BMP-1 trying to deal with these Scorpions. HGM should one-shot them. So nice job there. That is going to be a cheeky kill though. Onto the MTLB. Not going to matter too much, however. Su-25 going to be hitting the Fallschirmjäger hard, and wow, Nihilio losing a lot early on here. That's 2 Fallschirmjäger, all of the Scorpions dead. Nihilio's initial advance really getting broken down by Squirrel's BMP-3s and BMP-1s. The idea of having the Resvedka Heavy in the BMP-1Ps is actually a really cool thing. I never really considered that before, so seeing that in this game is really awesome. The Su-25 rocket plane, I love this plane. Like, this is a plane that I use, and it works really well in 1v1 because there's generally less AA. But In team games, I use it anyway when there is AA, because I just find it really, really fun for deleting these infantry squads. Like the Citadels there just went down so fast to those rockets. In the meantime, Nihilio is going to be making a push on the top side with the double Fallschirmjäger Scorpion. I'm not a huge fan of the Fallschirmjäger's infantry versus infantry capability. You know, they don't have any more men than a Motorstrelki squad, so they do struggle to fight them 1v1. The benefit of the Fallschirmjäger is really just their penetration on their AT. So early on, if your opponent uses like heavy tanks or medium tanks, the Fallschirmjäger can usually take them out quite nicely. The Tornado IDS coming in with the MW1 cluster munitions. Will that hit the Motorstrelki? It did manage to kill one. The other is going to survive with one man. This is not a nice place to be. Tornado actually going for the kill onto the Su-25 in the meantime. Whilst the Su-25 goes for the Milan 2. The Milan 2 somehow surviving. Big Faust really not going to hit the broadside of a barn. Same deal there. These Su-25s, they only got 10% ECM, and these Fliegefausts still struggle to hit. Tornado might be able to do the job. Yep. Manages to shoot it down just about. Going for the second one. Will he manage to do it? He's got one missile left. Oh. With the Fliegefausts, down it goes. But the Tornado in reply, the Su-27. The brand new Su-27 comes in, takes out the Tornado. Beautiful stuff. Does take a hit on the way out, but that was lovely. Su-27, it has so many missiles, and they're all accurate as well, so that was very, very nice. Now, Rabid has found the +3 early on, because he is controlling Bravo, and Nihilio hasn't contested it. Tornado's still floating about. Taking down both of those rocket Su-25s relieves so much pressure. It was really, really big. This T-62 is going to have to do a run of the Leopard 2A3. Really, really not great for him. Eaglet. Tornado's playing with fire here. Bonkers. Will it get the supply truck? It does. That's actually really nice, because it means that these Leopard 1A1s aren't going to get repaired. The Panzergrenadiers are also not going to get resupplied. That is really, really big. However, in the meantime, the Fallschirmjäger have made ground on the top. The Fallschirmjäger are down to a low amount of men though. One of them on 3, one of them on 2, and the Pioneer with the flamethrowers, or the hand flamethrower, sorry, is doing okay. HE Bomber trying to kill the BMP, not quite doing the job. Definitely prefer the Napalm variant of the G91. I think the HE variant, it needs to be too accurate in order to actually do damage. So not a huge fan of that. By the way, Aufkläder going to be moving up here. Will the BMP-3 be able to take out the Fuchs Milan? Side armor shots from its autocannon. Well, the autocannon changed target onto the Aufkläder, so the Fuchs Milan might be able to get the second Milan shot off here and kill the BMP-3. Yep, it goes down. The Fuchs Milan doing the job with its 50% accuracy. Hits twice in a row. Very nice. So, Rabid's position here in the middle was a lot better, but the T-62s have moved to the top side. I think he's purposefully trying to avoid the engagement with the Leopard 2A3, and is quite happy to, you know, leave this area whilst he's got all of his recon in position, because if Nihilio tries to push, he's going to see it coming. Su-25 coming in with its KH-29D. Will it get the kill? Yes, it does. 2 out of 2. Also almost shoots down the BO-105. That would have been nice. And now that's going to be leaving. We've got the F-104AT hanging about. That's looking potentially for one of these T-62s, but will be pulled back for the time being. Now, the BO-105 here is bad for Squirrel's Razvedka, because they are going to get spotted in these engagements and most likely taken out, although these Panzergrenadiers are very low. Citadels in the open also getting killed. Now, these BMP-3s, they are 2 vet, so they are doing a reasonable amount of damage. Oh, nice kill from the BMP-3 to kill the Leopard 1A1, because now it's completely free to engage all of this infantry at range. Finally, the counter cap coming in from the Nihilio though. even though his Leopard 2A3 is dead. Wait, the MiG-23? Oh, I thought that killed its own unit for a second, but nope. Did take out one of the Panzergrens at least. Yeah, but things are actually back to even though I would say that RabidSquirrel probably has the advantage in kills at this point in the game. Both sides like really took a lot of losses. I think Rabid took a lot early on, and particularly losing those two SU-25s, and then after that Nihilio, his entire push here just got disintegrated by the SU-25 plus the bombing strike there, plus the BMP-3 going to work. Really, really nice stuff. These BMP-3s can be so great, and they can also be really bad. Like the autocannon on them, the 30mm autocannon, can chunk infantry squads if it lands on target. But there are times when it would just constantly miss and then does no damage. So like it looks like you're hitting them constantly, but you're actually not because you're technically missing. And yeah, that's not too great. Back here, RabidSquirrel does have a W50. How'd that get there? Did he drive up the side of the map? Because honestly, this could be cheeky and try and find the location of the enemy leader. Especially if these G3s aren't turned off, it will automatically shoot at the transport and reveal itself. Although there'll be 105 here, might actually spot it. And I bet you Nihilio will get a bit paranoid that there's an infantry squad in here somewhere. I would. Alright, we got some BMP-3s coming in with the Pulamachiki. These guys have the extra machine guns. I was interested to see if these would actually be used, and it seems like RabidSquirrel does have them in his deck. The machine guns are basically being set up in WARNO to be used as suppression tools. Cheeky kill there from the F-104. Will it get shot down by the SU-27S though? Yes, it will. Lovely stuff. Yeah, so MGs are getting set up to be used as suppression tools, whilst assault rifles are there to actually get the kills. So the Pulamachiki, what is great about them is they can cause the enemy to be stunned quite well. This is a really awesome dogfight. The SU-27 managing to survive currently. Oh, I jinxed it. It goes down to the Tornado, but second SU-27S is in the sky. Will it be able to shoot down the Tornado F3? No, the Tornado MW1 going to be going down instead as the SU-27 pulls off to the side. That was awesome to watch. Very nice extended air engagement there between the Tornado and the SU-27 trying to outturn it. The T-72MB and the T-72M1 have now moved up onto the hill. The two BMP-3s have arrived with those Pulamachiki squads. You can see that they have those 3 PKMs. They're going to be able to do a bit of damage at longer range in future. When they actually update the ranges on infantry, the machine guns I think are intended to have longer range than the assault rifles. So there'll be a similar thing to Steel Division, where like infantry with good machine guns will be king at range, and infantry with like better close range weapons, like I don't know, well, I guess the G3 in this case will be better at close range, even though the G3 is not technically a close range weapon, but you guys get what I mean. Anyway, Leopard's going to be going down there. The Conkers came in, but I think it got popped by the T-62. Now the SU-25 hanging about. I'm not sure what that is intending to target, because I can't see any armor here at the moment from Nihilio, unless he's just hanging it about, maybe for the top side potentially to get rid of this Leopard. He does have that available to use, so maybe he might just be hanging it around, pushing forwards with his infantry. You can see he's using the Pulamachiki to engage at range, with the BMP-3 supporting and the T-62s at the back there. And then if any armor comes up that's going to cause these issues, you can bring it over the SU-25 and shoot down whatever it is. Jaeger's getting absolutely hammered. Panzergren currently standing strong there. Ooh, nice artillery round coming in. That's the M110. That thing, when it direct hits, does a lot of damage. MiG-23 HE bomber coming in. Hasn't dropped its bombs yet. 2 aircraft just floating about the place. On the top side, Nihilio is making a move. Fuchs Milan's going to be pushing up with support of the Marder 1A3 Milans. Going to be 2 Panzergrenadier squads there with the Pioneer Flamethrower coming up. Su-25 was looking for an AT kill. Here comes the bombing strike though onto the Fuchs Milan. Takes out one of them. Fliegerfaust still missing. No surprise there. And it seems like the Citadons are going to hold back the Pulamachiki and the Motostralki for the time being. G91 actually coming in for the bombing strike. Will he be able to get the kill? No, he does actually get shot down. Will the bomb land on target? Nope, it misses as well. Barusa there doing the job. Oh, the Su-25 misses the first shot with the Leopard, but hits the second. Fliegerfaust lands a shot onto the Su-25, but that's going to be leaving as both of those TV missiles are used up. Pulamachiki making a move on this bottom side towards the Citadons. Currently the Leopard 2A3 is giving cover, however. A T-80BV on the side of Rabid Squirrel. Another G91 coming in. Bombing strike will be missing the other Pulamachiki squad since the first one was killed off by the Leopard 2A3. But here comes another bombing strike from the MiG-23 MFs. I really like these bombers. Really good. They come in really fast. They drop at a high altitude, and therefore they get away from AT nice and easy. BMP-3 lands a nice shot onto the 1A1, but the Milan's going to land, and the BMP-3 goes down. T-62 looking to squeeze up there and clean that up. BMP-3's now engaging the Leopard 2A3 with their long-range missiles on the bottom side. If they can start chipping this enough, Nihilio might start falling it back. The T-80BV also going to be getting involved there. Yeah, these BMP-3s, ooh, they keep missing those shots, and that's not ideal. The Leopard's still very healthy, and a second 2A3 is going to be engaging the BV. BV only taking 2 damage in the front armor from that Leopard for the time being. 3 damage that time. T-80BV going to be smoking itself off. Conker's opening up, looking for the side shot. Will it find it? No, it will not. Oh, that was close. Slides past that 2A3. On the top, Nihilio is actually making decent ground. Marder, Panzergrenadiers, and the Flamethrower, or the Flampatron. Pioneer boys are doing a decent job. The 2A3 did get popped here. Looks like the Conker's finally hit the mark. That's a good kill for RabidSquirrel. Those expensive tanks are difficult to replace in a 1v1. Especially when you're putting pressure in multiple places on the map. Oh, nice kill by the BMP-3, taking out the Milan, the Marder Milan. And now 2 more BMP-3s heading in on the top side to support against these Pioneers. So, a really good tip if you are playing WARNO is if you ever see like a unit like the Pioneers, realize that the armored vehicles are really good at killing them because they can't fight back. So like in this case, the Ham Flampatron can't be used against the BMP-3, so the BMP-3 can just be sent forwards on its own to kill those Pioneers. Now ideally Nihilio would have like a Fallschirmjäger squad with those, so that if the BMP-3 gets too close, then he can one-shot them with that AT launcher. But yeah, not bad. The Su-25 did land 1 shot, and it looks like the MiG-23 going to try and claim the kill. Instead going for the Panzergrenadiers further back. Does kill one of them, but the Marder's going to survive. And so is the MiG-23, even though it came under fire from the Fliegerfaust. Resvertica Heavy on the bottom side, almost getting rid of that Citadons. That would have been very nice. Here comes the Su-25 again. Second one was brought in. Fliegerfaust hitting 2 out of 2. Wow, what magic did Nihilio pull off? That was 35% accurate Fliegerfaust hitting 2 in a row. Must have sacrificed to some demon or something, but the Igla gonna be going for the B105. This is much more likely to hit. 55% accuracy, there you go. The 105 gonna go down. Those guys avoiding that debris as it blows up. Absolutely awesome stuff. So, pretty even game so far. We are Seeing the T62 almost go down there to that AT. F104 is going to go down though. The Su-27 coming in, making short work of that. Such a beautiful aircraft, it really is. So the Motostrelki BMP, really not too great on their own against other infantry. Ideally, RabidSquirrel would be having these close behind, so that if he basically walks these forwards and he bumps into Pioneers, then he can move the BMP 3s forwards whilst he falls back. Otherwise, he can continue the engagement against enemy armor with those Motostrelki using the RPG. So that's kind of how you want to use these sort of combined squads. So you have the BMP3 close behind, but not in front. And then you move the infantry forwards, advance it onto contact, see what you've come up against. If it's like another standard infantry squad, that's fine. You just continue the engagement because they'll probably have AT. If it's an anti-infantry squad, then you have your mainline infantry fall back and your BMP3 replace it. And then the BMP3 will absolutely trash that close-range infantry squad because it won't be under AT threat at all. The Conker's there. Oh, sorry, the BMP3 going to be firing at the Fuchs-Milan. 2 Motostrelki being unloaded. BTRs. Did bring those in. Marder, though, having something to say about that if it can hit. BMP3 firing away at the Citadels. T62 looking for the Marder kill. Does find it. Very nice. We'll be looking for the other Marder kill here as well. Does hit the shot. It's one thing these T62s are really good for. It's just those nice shots with the 16 penetration onto the Marders to take them out. Brusa there taking out a PO-105 that got a little bit too far forwards. A nice push coming in here now. T-80 trying to kill the Unimog but missed twice already. Does hit that final shot there. Another T-80B going to be engaging the Marder 1A3. The G91 is coming in with a bombing strike. Can that score the kill onto the Motostrelki this time? It is going to go down. And it does 2 damage. Nice. Yeah, those HE bombs really aren't anything special. SU-27 only has 30% ECM. Does need to be careful. Yep, definitely pushed its luck there. Does get shot down. Large concentration of forces at the moment for Nihilio on the top side. He has continued to put pressure on here throughout the game. Has the double Gepard actually on the top side, the Gepard 1A1s. One weakness of the second Panzergrenadier actually is that they do rely very heavily on these Gepard 1A1s. And the reason that's a weakness is because whilst the Gepards are very good, they are vulnerable to seed if you don't turn off their weapons. In this case, who needs seed when you can just flank with your tanks? And that's going to be the Gepard going down, the Marder going down. He just killed a bunch of stuff out in the open there with his T-80 BVs and the T-62M2, or MP, sorry. BMP3s are smacking these Pioneers. So this is what you want to see. Like, the Motostrelki should just be doing a runner. Let the BMP3s deal the damage there. Nice bombing strike coming on the bottom side. Is going to delete one of the squads. Very nice indeed. A little bit unfortunate the MTLB isn't fixing up this Razvedka heavy squad. Getting them back to full health would definitely help against the Jaeger there. But I feel like Nihilio, without his armoured support here and with one of his AA going down, it's going to leave a lot of this infantry very vulnerable here. Oh, SU-25, that was risky. Went for the AT shots onto the Gepard 1A1 and there was a second 1A1 behind it. Just shot that thing out of the sky. Very, very rough indeed. But honestly, Nihilio looking very light on the ground. The Gepard getting pushed by the T-80 BV. Another nice kill there onto the Fuchs-Milan. On the top. Infantry still pushing forwards, but the BMP3s are in the way, and there isn't a single tank here to stop them. The only thing that can kill the BMP3s right now is the Jaeger or the Panzergren from the Marder. The Fuchs-Milan going to go down. That's going to remove some of the recon that Nihilio was reliant upon. Tornado coming in with its cluster munitions. Ooh, catches one of the Motostrelki, but the T-80B should be fine. Yeah, those MW1s really not effective against armor anymore. They are cluster HE bomblets that are primarily for dealing with infantry. The Gepard almost goes down to that bombing strike. The Gepard currently chewing these Monstralki, but check out the BMP-3s. They are just free firing on all this infantry. Only the Jaeger now available to kill any of these BMP-3s, and they're going to go down in 2 seconds. Gepard under threat from the BMP-3s. That is going to go down as well. The contesting leader on the top side is going to die. Big push coming through for Rabid. He's trying to find the command of Nihilio. Strauki looking for the RPG shots, but the Gepard's going to get the job done. If the Gepard comes too far forwards, though, the TATBVs and the BMP-3s, everything firing away. Su-25 forced back by the tornado. Things are looking very bad for Nihilio. This was a very even game for a long time, but I think after Nihilio lost a bunch of his Leopard 2A3s, it was really bad news for him, and he ended up at a massive disadvantage, and the amount of units that RabidSquirrel has on the map now has built up dramatically. You can see the difference. Yeah, there's one Leopard 2A3 looking for a close range engagement with the TATBV and the T62. There is 2 TATBVs, so honestly, Rabid should just be able to trade. Panzergrenadiers are getting absolutely annihilated at range. The BRM's over here with the BMP-3s, so that's going to get spotted and taken out. Oh, but the TATBV does get popped at close range, and the 2A3 didn't take any damage. So I think what RabidSquirrel is going to try and do here is maybe get the Razvedka forwards, although he's going to find the Fuxfufu, and that's going to be all she wrote for that command and that sector. Bravo going over to RabidSquirrel on a +3 now, and the 2A3 going down as the TATBV gets the jump this time around. F104AT not going to be doing anything, and Nihilio is going to give up the game. Wow, RabidSquirrel really taking that one with the 39th Guards. 6,355 kills to 3,420 losses. That was actually a really fun game to watch. Thanks to Prodos for sending me this one. Yeah, early on, there was a bit of a back and forth. I felt like Rabid lost a lot of stuff initially in the initial engagement. Like all the Milans went, or sorry, all of the BMPs went down that he brought in, a lot of the initial armored support with his recon. But then after that, the Su-25s went down as well, and it just, I honestly felt like RabidSquirrel was in a really bad spot. But then the Conkers on the side of Rabid here really started to bite back. Like a lot of these HGMs started to do a lot of work. And you see how little kills he got early on. Like it was mainly the Su-25 just coming in with those rocket runs that was doing damage. And then this is where things actually started to happen. When the T-62 came in, it started to get some decent shots onto these Leopards. That did really, really well. The BMP-3, the Su-25 ATs coming in with the 2A3 kills. These are really, really important. Another T-62 doing great at cleaning up these armored cars, and he just kind of kept building on that lead that he created there with those 2A3 kills. And then by the time he started bringing in the TATBVs, there really wasn't anything to contest, and he was able to outnumber his opponent. So yeah, really nicely done. Very fun game to watch. Good job, Rabid, winning this one. Commiserations to Nihilio. Now, as I said, I probably won't be covering any more from this tournament. I'll leave a link to the challenge if you want to check out who won in the description. But yeah, it was a Swiss style, so it kind of makes it difficult to cast unless I'm casting every game, and I generally don't want to do that. So yeah, that's it for now. Do make sure, if you have any spare pennies, to go donate to Action Against Hunger. The link to that will be in the description as well. But that's it for now. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.